So what does blasé mean?
Blasé. So it's a French word. It means unimpressed because you've seen or experienced it a lot of times before.
So have you done any shows pre-pandemic?
Pre-pandemic, yeah. A couple shows. Actually opened up for Post Malone in OKC before he blew up. Opened up for Kurt Cobain's, Bun B, several other artists I can't recall right now. But yeah, and of course some local shows. Shout out Green Elephant in Dallas. And looking to do more once this pandemic is done with.
So what was that experience like opening for all those artists?
Man, it was definitely exciting. I learned a lot, not just about performing, but just how shows are ran, what it takes to put on a show. Not just performance-wise again, but production too. So it was definitely an eye-opener.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for anybody that's up and coming that's just getting started in music?
First thing that comes to mind is put in the time, effort, and don't stop. If you truly love it, you're not going to see immediate success. Hopefully you do, but it's not likely. So, just endurance. Keep going. Don't stop.
Right. And any word for the fans out there that have followed your music for all this time?
Thank you, first of all. I know this year's been, or last year rather, has been kind of hectic, but working on an album debut, so stay tuned. Also, I'm launching a production website where you can find my beats. It's called RSVP Music Label, and it's dropping February 7th.
All right, and all the social media that they can follow you at, which Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, everything is at I Am Blasé. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it.
All right.
My thing is that I've experienced worldly things, I've experienced sin and just kind of battling with the flesh, so I've grown blasé to it. And so now I just want to be the light to a corrupt world.
Heart on froze, tippy toes. I keep dreaming while I'm walking in my clothes. I'm too soft, baby's nose. All my brothers gonna make it, this I know. God, I know that I've been far. Keep me close.
We're back with Infinity Interviews. First question, who are you in your own words?
My own words. I'm Blasé. I'm an artist from Dallas, Texas, and this is my studio.
Sorry, my phone died.
So where do you see yourself going with this music?
Man, I see myself just impacting more and more people with my music. Starting with the city, then the country, then the world.
And what got you inspired to start in the first place?
I think my dad played a huge role in influencing me with music. He played guitar when I was little. He would serenade me with classic songs like classic rock, Beatles songs, and so I got into piano lessons around the age of like 9 or 10, and just been in music ever since. Got my tag in there.
RSVP.
Thing influenced you the most? Who you say was your top influences when it comes to music?
I'd say the Beatles. As odd as that might sound, because I do hip hop and rap, the Beatles definitely started me into learning about music and harmonies and chords and whatnot. And I'd say a little bit of classical music too.
And so, out of today's music scene here in Dallas, what do you feel like you bring to the table, just when it comes to variety and diversity?
Man, I just bring a different sound, a different style. I like to describe it as timeless because you can't really. I feel like when you come back to my music in 10 years, you'll be like, man, that still sounds good, or that still bumps, or so it's just a classic, timeless sound.
That's good. Is there any certain song that you're incredibly proud of, like a certain song that you just thought was one of your best?
Probably say Dallas.
Yeah, gotta stay down.
Off my latest EP, Quarantine. I really like that song. It kind of just portrayed my love for the city of Dallas, where I'm from. It's just a fun song.
Yeah. So when you made that EP, what kind of mind state were you in? Because I know that the quarantine, is that going off of the pandemic?
Yeah, it's going off of the pandemic. So, man, I was just taken back by what was going on with the pandemic and how it was affecting people and forcing us to isolate ourselves. So I was like, you know what? I'm Christian. I'm an artist who's Christian. So I thought to myself, man, we got to quarantine and isolate ourselves. I think it's actually a good time for us to isolate ourselves and be alone with God and kind of realign ourselves spiritually. So that's why I named the EP Quarantine.
Yeah. And so what's been your biggest obstacle when making music? Is there anything that gets in your way or distracts you from your goals?
Myself. I distract myself. I stress myself out. More specifically, I think, even social media gets in the way of things, just comparison, looking at people's stuff. And we had mentioned before how people post the best stuff on social media. And so, yeah, I think those two things, social media and ultimately myself.
So I know you also write songs, but you also make your own beats.
Yeah.
Did you start with songwriting, or were you focused more on the instruments first?
Instruments first. I was actually in a band in middle school, and I was playing the little guitar, and then the band split up, and I was like, man, I still want to make songs, but I don't have a drummer. So I went online, searched up a drum programming software, and I landed on Fruity Loops. And it was advertised as a hip-hop beat-making program. And I was like, at the time, I was like, what's hip-hop, So I got into hip-hop through finding that program and started making beats.
Do you find you take longer making beats or writing songs?
Definitely writing songs. Yeah, I'll whip up a beat in like 15 minutes.
Is there any certain beats that you're especially proud of that you can play for the people?
Probably the one for Dallas. I really like that beat.
Yeah, gotta stay down. Roll around to the city, I've been zoning out like I'm Liddy. I'm so down for my city. Gotta stay down for my city. Roll around to the city, I've been zoning out like I'm Liddy. I'm so down, stay down in the city. Gotta stay down for my city. I've been up and doing hella work. You can watch me catch a fade away in Dallas like I'm Dirk. You can catch me in the city, rapping Jesus on my shirt. Showing love to all the haters, but I never got it first. I just hit it from the jump.
It's too lit, man. It's too
Yo,
hot.
that's a banger right there, bro. Well, so how long did it take you to come up with that song?
That song, from the beat to the lyrics and everything and recording it all down, I'd say I had the idea down in about 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, that's good. That's pretty quick work.
Yeah.
So is there any upcoming projects that you're working on currently?
Yeah, I'm working on an album, all produced by me, all written by me. Started off with an EP, Quarantine, but now I'm ready for a debut, a full-fledged album. We're looking at like 15 songs, and really just push it and let the world know who Blasé is.
Watch me when I saw what I read. Who am I when I fall on my knees? Thank God for the air that I breathe. Why leave when you're all that I need? It's about time I put action to what I'm packing. The word of God is everlasting, and the cap was not a sign of high fashion. Stronger than my limitations.